don't know why this book was a movie. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm very excited for this video because I'm doing something a little bit different. It is going to be a reading vlog, so this entire vlog is going to be dedicated to this book slash movie. This book right here, It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. If you're new here, my name is Benita and I'm so happy to have you joining me today. If you like videos about books, book rant, reading vlogs and just London lifestyle, please just subscribe and I'd love to have you on my little corner of the internet. As you guys know, I've only read one book by Colleen Hoover, which was Verity, and you guys know how I feel about that because I did a reading vlog and I had a massive rant about that book. But one of my friends wants to go watch this movie. It's going to be out on the 9th of August and today is the 29th of July, so it's like 2 weeks it's going to be out. So I thought, let me just read the book before we go watch the movie. I know this book is really popular. Loads of people I know this book got them back into reading. So I thought, why don't I just vlog it? And apparently there's a second book as well, which I do have. Apparently. It's not apparently, I have it. So I have the first book here. And I also have the second book, so I'm going to read both books and then I'll watch the movie and I'll give you guys my review. So it's going to be like a book review slash movie review. That's kind of the vibe of this video. I hope that makes sense for you guys. I have started this book. I started this book yesterday. I'm right now on page 99 and there's about 350 pages. So I have made a massive bit of a dent in it. So I have a bit of an idea of what this book is about. This book follows Lily, Rye, and I think at first there's like a weird little love triangle, but where I am in the book, that triangle hasn't started yet. So Lily, who is an FMC in this book, at the start of the book, she and Ryan met at the roof of his like house and they had like a little meet cute moment. She's there because obviously she just lost her dad and she's going through like some like a grief and some feelings towards her dad because her dad wasn't a nice person. And Ryan is up there because he's a neurosurgeon and he just lost a patient, like a young patient, and just trying to deal with that. So kind of like having a conversation about all that, and then Ryan just said to her like, I really want to fuck you, but I don't do relationship, like I only do like one night stand and stuff. And she's like, oh, I'm not that kind of girl. Having a moment, and then they got interrupted and that was that. Lily works in marketing at the moment, but her dream is a flower shop, and then this then jumps 6 months later, she's opened a flower shop now, and then they meet again. Because she's dealing with her dad's grief, she's kind of thinking about upbringing a little bit because she had not a nice childhood because her dad was, as I said, not a nice person. And she's reading through her journal. She told Ryan that because they were sharing like secrets with each other, and one of the secrets she shared is that she lost her virginity to an homeless guy. So that having that conversation and thinking about her dad made her kind of think of her upbringing. And in the journal she mentioned this Atlas guy, which is why I think is a bit of a love triangle. And I think so because from the trailer there was an Atlas and there was a Rye in the trailer, so I'm thinking this Atlas guy has a thing in this book as well. And now Rye's sister is basically working for Lily in a flower shop and they're kind of forming this kind of best friendship kind of thing. So far I am liking it. I expect this to be a lot more spicy. The writing is actually okay, and now I get why this book has helped a lot of people get into read it. Little romance story, gives you the bad boy energy, like this bad boy that never falls in love but she's the girl that's gonna change him, that kind of vibe. And also I'm really interested in watching because I do love Blake Lively. Like, oh my god, Blake Lively, I love her so much. I was a big fan of Gossip Girl growing up and I still binge watch Gossip Girl. Like, when it comes to September time, like autumn period, I'm gonna have my Gossip Girl marathon, my Gilmore Girl marathon, my Sex and the City marathon. Like, that's what I do between September and December. That's kind of all I watch. So I do that every single year. So I am a fan of Blake Lively from Gossip Girl, and obviously I was more of a Blair girl than a Serena girl. But now that she's in a relationship with Deadpool, which I still love, Ryan Reynolds, I love her even more. So that actually made me want to even watch this movie anyway because I'm a fan of her. Let's get started.
I've become obsessed again. I'm finding things I thought I'd forget. Foolish me. I really thought I'd move on from these things. What did I do? How did I get here? I closed my eyes on the highway.
Oh, her mom is cute. Her mom just wrote, and you own your business. I want to be you when I grow up. Okay, hi guys. I haven't spoken to you guys in a while. I spoke to you guys yesterday when I introduced the vlog and everything. This morning when I woke up, I did read a bit. I think I read about like 50 or 60 pages this morning. It's 7:30 and I'm continuing reading. It ends with us. So I think there's a lot of noise. I've heard a lot of noise about Colleen Hoover and people are saying, oh, she's overrated, blah, blah, blah. But I think about it now, like Colleen Hoover has been writing for a long time. Because I remember I got into reading again, like back in 2013, like over 10 years ago now. And Colleen Hoover, let me just find her account on Goodreads and we can just chat about her. Okay, so she has been writing for many years. So bearing in mind, this book was published in 2016 and then it kind of became like, this went viral again in 2022. She's been quite loved for them. Most of her books that have been republished again since she kind of became famous. So I don't know why she get a lot of bad rep. I've not really read any of her book apart from Verity. So I think I go into her book having this misconception that she's not a good author. The reviews I've seen about her and videos and think pieces about Colleen Hoover, if I think about it, she actually is not a bad author. I said before that I went to this book blind. In a way, I was a bit biased because of all the reviews and things I've heard about it. I thought like this book, it might not be as good, it might be shit. This book is not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad by any means. The writing is good. It's easy to read. Like, anyone can pick this up. I'm literally halfway through because I'm now on page 160 and this book is about 380 pages, so I'm basically bang on in the middle of this book now. And I think because I went in thinking it was gonna be shit, so it's gone beyond my expectation. So this book, as I said before, this book follows Lily and Rye and Atlas in a way, and it's a weird little like love triangle because now Atlas is not in the picture. Now Rye and Lily are going to make an attempt at a relationship. She like wrote like detailed journals of her experience when she met Atlas, and this journal entry, like our mom and dad with domestic violence and things like that, like obviously like I try not to like speak too much into it because obviously it's obviously wrong. I'm trying to like not blame the victim here. Basically our dad was very abusive to her mom, like horrible, and one of the incidents that happened was quite like graphic. Like she walked in him trying to like, was in the middle of essaying her mom. So that after that incident, the mom was just like, she was gonna call the police obviously, and I was like, don't call the police, it's just drunk, you're married, you understand, you're young. And I'm like, oh, at that point I'm like, do you know what, I don't want to blame the victim. This woman is a victim. Like when you are being abused like that, it fucks you up in the head because they make you feel like it's your fault. But like it's quite hard to, when your child is involved. So I don't like to talk about it because I feel, again, I can't speak on it because I've never experienced it, and you know, I don't know what everyone's mental state is. I try not to make a judgment, but it's really hard not to say like, you have a child, like do you want your daughter to think this is okay and this is what normal life is? Like it's just not appropriate. Like I just feel like it's not. So I'm really struggling with this all, like the way our mom is handling. I'm trying to be like, oh, you know, she's a victim. I'm trying to like, you know, be sympathetic to the mom. Again, it's just, I'm really finding it really difficult to read through that passages when she writes about how abusive her dad is, and her mom is just like literally covering for him. And now that even though the dad is now dead, she's still covering for him in a way. I know that this kind of abuse, it damages you like psychologically, like fucks you up forever. So I understand like she can't help it that she's been groomed, that's the word, she's been groomed and programmed to like always protect him. It turns out her dad is actually the mayor of the town they were in. It's just fucked up. Anyway, so I've just finished reading that whole passage now, that whole chapter, sorry. So I'm just like really struggling with the abuse that she's gone through. I just find it really weird because I feel like now like she's gone through that experience with her mom and dad, like that old domestic situation, but then I have a feeling like maybe Rye becomes abusive as well because of the movie trailer, I think. I'm just like, oh god, I hope not, because then it's just fucking shit, that isn't it? Anyway, but I don't know why people shit on Colleen Hoover's books. Like even Verity that I read, even though I ranted about it, it was about the character. It was nothing about the actual writing of the book. The story was okay for me to rant about it. That means the book did this thing because I was very invested to the characters enough for them to piss me off. You know, that is an emotion. It got an emotion out of me. It might not be a nice emotion, but I've been very reluctant to pick up her books because of those kind of reviews. I'm not saying I'm going to read every single Colleen Hoover's book. Again, I always say this all the time and I've said it before, like book reviews all subjective. Like obviously like a good book is a good book, but sometimes, you know, people have different opinions. So every time you read a book, it depends on what state of mind you're in. You might adapt and take in the book's messaging differently based on what mood you are in. Hi guys, good morning. Today is Monday. I'm still reading It Ends With Us. I did read a lot last night after I spoke to you guys, so I am almost done with this book. I'm now on chapter 28, and this book Oh my god. So I've just read the part where now Rai is started to physically abuse her. And guys, I know I said before that, you know, I try really hard because I don't understand what people are going through, like the victims of domestic violence. I can't speak on it, so I just try not to judge. But it's quite frustrating sometimes when you read this book to just keep in my mind, do not judge victims. My thought is that first time when he pushed her, I know, like, I just knew that wasn't going to change. Like, once they've done it once, it's in their DNA. They can't help but be abusers. So he is an abuser. So he pushed her once. She gave him a chance. Pushed her again. It was an accident. She gave her a chance. I just finished reading the third part now. The third time where he did the most damage. Where he tried to do exactly what she saw her dad do to her mom. He tried to essay her. Are you kidding me? So that was just like, I think that was a final straw. So I'm just at that part. So basically, when he was younger, they have an older brother that died. And he accidentally killed his older brother because when he was 6 years old, he found his parents gone, and then the gun went off. It has like a bit of a PTSD from that, where it has like has anger issues as well, and it blacks out in rage. So it was trying to use that to justify his like behavior. Oh, when I get really mad, sometimes I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just like, I just check out. I was in that chapter, and my eyes were rolling so hard. I think I gave myself a migraine. Oh my god, here we go with the excuses. One thing that Colleen Hoover does really well is like, because you're getting Lily's POV, you're getting an internal monologue and how things are going in her mind, how she's experiencing this, and you think that it makes sense. When you're looking from the outside in, you're looking with someone that has no emotional like stake in the game, in the relationship. At the end of the day, when they say, oh, leave him, it's bad for you, I have no emotional feelings to this man. But when a woman is in love with someone that's abusing her, I guess it's harder because the feelings are there. You kind of want to see the best in people and you want to give them a chance to kind of prove themselves or something like that. So she's going through that right now. Like, she knows that she needs to be strong. The love is still there and it's just making things a little difficult for her to make a decision. And now she's thinking, because obviously when she was younger, she was always judging her mom. Now that she's going through it, she's kind of seeing it from a different point of view, I guess. But this book is it's really pissing me off. Yeah, so I'm really enjoying. I think I'm liking the way Colleen Hoover does that is writing this because it's making me think like differently. So when I started the book, when I checked in with you guys earlier, I was like, I can't believe the mom is still there. Why she fucking shouldn't leave? They have a child and blah blah blah. But when they eloped in Vegas, I was like, this is the worst decision you've ever made. Like, now you're married to this abuser, you are locked in with him in marriage. Like, so now they're married, and then he bought this beautiful flat for them in the same building as the sister. So Rai discovered journal and read them, and then he went into this blind rage, and then he obviously attacked her, and they tried to essay her. He didn't completely do it. She put him off. I'm hoping at this point she's going to leave this man. Anyway, she got to the hospital. She discovered she is pregnant. I think having a child is kind of what woke her up even more. I don't want my child to have to experience this as well. But she hasn't told him she's pregnant yet, and that's where I am now. So I'm almost done. So I'm gonna finish this today, some point this evening before bed. And once I finish this book, I'll give you guys my full review. Hi guys. Yes, so I thought I'll come on here and give you guys my review of It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. I've just finished reading the first book, and I'm probably going to pick up the second book, It Starts With Us, in a couple of days. I wanted to give you guys my review of this book. So I did rate this book a 3-star because I really enjoyed it. I think I mentioned to you guys earlier that when I went into this book, I literally went in with like some kind of prejudice. Going into this, what I expected was, it went beyond my expectation. Actually, I think I gave it 3.75, not 3 stars. The writing style was fine. The story was very impactful because I don't think I've read a book like this, romance book like this, that shows domestic violence in a way where this person's battling with loving the abuser and then like choosing to leave. I just give it like a little bit of a summary of what this book is about. So this book follows Lily and Rai. They met on a night when Lily just came from her dad's funeral, and she's kind of reminiscing about her childhood and things that she went through when she was younger. And he was on the roof because he had a bad day at work because he's a surgeon, and had a moment, but nothing came of that, and then they went their separate ways. 6 months later, now Lily's opened her dream flower shop, and her shop assistant is basically Rai's sister, so they bumped into each other again, and now they started like date. So after a couple of months of dating, Rai started to show some signs that reminded Lily of her dad, basically like physically abusing her a couple of times. She forgave him the first time because she thought it was an accident. It happened again the second time. She forgave him even though she was a bit wary, she wasn't really trusting. And then the third time she just like called it quits. She has experienced this in her childhood and her entire life, watching her dad physically abuse her mom, and her mom just staying and taking her, and just felt like really like alone, and she's really been angry with her mom the entire time for not leaving that relationship, and she was quite like judgy of her mom. But Lily just decided like, okay, she needs to be stronger than her mom was and actually didn't leave him. And during all this time everything's happening, she also bumped into her first love, who is Atlas. Atlas knew about what happened to her, like what her dad was like when she was growing up. When they met, right, you kind of saw the signs that is kind of like an abuser or whatever. Anyway, so that's kind of how this book goes. But I thoroughly enjoyed this book. I said the story was like different from what I've read. I've never read a book like this in such a long time, so it was quite nice for me. Like when I started reading this book as well, I was so angry with the mom. Like, what the hell, like just leave, your child is involved, you need to like leave this man. There was a point where she actually walked in on her dad essaying her mom, and I was like, oh my god, at that point you need to leave. Literally like really angry, like really upset. And then Colleen Hoover's writing just made me like feel not sympathy, but like when it was happening to Lily as well, I was like, oh, you need to leave now. But like it was quite nice, it's not nice, but it was a new perspective to see like what the mindset of a victim is like. Like again, it's easy for you to say leave and leave and leave and leave, but like sometimes when feelings are involved, you try to like you're trying to think of the best. You always think of the best thing of people you love in it. Like you always think like, okay, I want to see the best in them. Even though like Lily did give him a chance, she still knew in her head like what she had to do. So yeah, I really enjoyed this book, and I'm really excited to watch this movie now. I feel like the role of Lily will be played perfectly by Blake Lively. Now that I know she's Lily, when I was reading, I kind of pictured her in my head as well. So I'm just like ready to see the movie now.
Then I crashed into you. Tell them about when we met. Our story sounds better when it comes from your lips. Tell them it was all my fault. I fled.
Hi guys, I just got home from work, guys, and I should have left my glasses on because I look a mess. Anyway, and I'm still reading It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. I'm now on chapter 25, and there's about 38 chapters, I think. You guys saw me this morning when I was reading this in bed, because I started this late last night, and then I read some more pages this morning. My initial thought on this book is that, like, obviously I love the fact that I picked up right where the end with us picked up, but the first couple of chapters I was really frustrated because I feel like Lily is still giving Rai so much power, that the fact that they've been separated or divorced or not been together for 2 years, and you're still letting this guy control your life, just saying, I don't want to tell him I'm saying, why does this guy still have power over you? It was really starting to annoy me. Yeah, so that's kind of my initial thought on this book. I'm just like, oh my god, like, why is this going on? Like, I was going to say, what's the point of the story? To be fair, I just left it as it ends with us, and we would just get the gist that she ended up with Atlas and they're together, but I understand why we got this book, which makes sense. I'm really enjoying learning a lot more about Atlas and his background, his side of the story, like when he was obviously younger with relationship with Lily. One thing I'm just like, again, is that I guess it's because I read this book back to back, because I checked the publishing date. I think It Ends With Us was published in 2016, like I said earlier, and I think it was published in like 2021 or 2022. I'm not really sure. So there's a massive gap between the publishing, which is probably why there are some of Lily's journal entries. I'm like, why the fuck am I still reading these journal entries? I read them in the first book. Why am I reading them again? They could have just said, Atlas read them. Like, there's like 5 pages of the journal thing. It's just really annoying. Like, why do I have to read this? So I'm enjoying the book from at least Atlas' side, and now like meeting his little brother and his little like banter relationship with Theo is quite funny, because I was like, okay, it's quite cute that his therapist is a 12-year-old. I'm hoping he actually got real therapy at some point, because obviously he's dealt with so much trauma from his mom and, you know, being homeless and things like that in the past. I hope he actually got like real therapy and not just a 12-year-old therapy. I know it's a bit of a joke, but let's be honest, did he actually get real therapy and stuff like that? I don't know. I'm almost done. I've got like that much left, this much left to read, so I'll probably finish this tonight. And one thing I've noticed with Colleen Hoover, this is my 3rd book now, and she loves to write in like journal entries, diary entries. I just remember now with Verity, we had the situation with the unfound manuscript, like letters and stuff from someone's thoughts and stuff, and I feel like it's kind of the same thing as the Lily with the journals, and like Atlas with his note. I've read 3 books from her now, and this seems like this is something she likes to do. So where I am now in the book is the part where Rai has attacked Lily again, which is just like, For fuck's sake. I don't understand the arrogance of this man to think that he has a chance with her. Like, and also she's too nice. It's not like she won't just report him to the police. Like, oh my god, it's father of my children. I'm sorry. Like, when he was slapping you around, he didn't think you were the mother of his daughter, did he? Why the fuck are you thinking about that when he's hitting you? Just have everything on record, man. Jesus Christ. Now I'm just really worried about the whole like custody battle because it's really threatening her. We all know it's a fucking dickhead. I'm like, I'm sorry, she's not okay with you being with the daughter until the daughter can speak, because you go into your blind rage and nobody's safe. I think she's woken up again, because when he attacked her, she was like, actually in my mind, back of my mind, I kept thinking, because she has like doubts and think, oh, maybe it's changed, it's better now that he has his daughter, it's like maybe it's different. And then after that incident, she's like, yeah, I was right. This guy hasn't changed, nothing has changed, everything's the same. Nice. So today is 6th of August, Monday the 6th of August, and is it Monday the 6th of August? Sorry, Monday the 5th of August, sorry. This movie comes out on Friday. Nah, Atlas is so cute. Morning, guys. I finished It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover yesterday night, and I wanted to come on here and give you guys my review. So I think I spoke a little bit about this yesterday already, so you guys know my initial thoughts on the book. Those initial thoughts has not changed, and I think I said to you guys last night towards the end before I went to bed that I get why this book was written, and also at the end of this book there's a bit of a author's note. So It Ends With Us wasn't meant to have a sequel due to TikTok and her popularity, and people like demanding to see Lily happy and Atlas appearing together, that she decided to write a story. So I understand why this book was written, and I really enjoyed this book. I feel like I actually enjoyed this book a lot more than the first book, I guess, because you guys know I'm very, very into the happy ending, and I like to have like closure with my books. So I think I enjoyed this book more, and it was just nice and sweet to see like Atlas and Lilith happy and all their found family. I just feel like they deserve it, especially Atlas. Like now he's found his brother, so he has a family, and then being with Lily and Emerson, like it's just a nice conclusion. All that is just nice and wrapped up nicely. I'm happy about that. And the one thing that wasn't wrapped up nicely was what happened to Ryan, but I don't think we care. But I wish that part was wrapped up nicely. I did rate this book a 3.5 stars. I know I rated It Ends With Us 3.75 stars. Enjoyed this one more. And maybe I should rate this one higher. I'm not sure. My rating system is a bit weird morning, because I rated it this morning and I felt like, okay, it's a 3.5 star. Really excited to watch the movie now, guys. I'm so excited to see. I wonder if some of this book is going to appear in the movie. Maybe the ending of this would be in the movie. I don't know. I'll let you guys. I've got an internet crush. She's not a celebrity, but she's taken. So can't help falling in love. Can't take the... Hi guys. I just came back from watching It Ends With Us, and guys, I feel like it was very true to the book. Everything that I read in the book, and also because I just read the book a couple of weeks ago, so things are still pretty fresh in my mind. So I feel like they literally did not miss anything in the book. Did I miss anything in the book? Nothing, because I was a bit worried about how they were going to do the flashbacks, you know, when she's talking about like in her journals and things like that, but that was done well. Yeah, so like what I expected for the movie in terms of like it was so true to the book and the story and things like that. I feel like for that part they did well. Casting wise, obviously I was excited about Blake Lively playing Lily, even though I think she's a bit older, because Lily's meant to be like a 23-year-old girl, which I guess that's beyond the point. Justin, the guy that played Rye, he played it well. The guy that played his sister, Jenny Slate, I feel like she carried the movie at one point. Like she was really funny, but she's a comedian, so I expect her to be like really fun as she was. What really shocked me, that I was really like, oh, that's a bit odd, was the casting for Marshall. Because in my mind, when I was picturing this and when I was like reading the book, I had like some kind of frat bro kind of vibe for Marshall. So the guy that played him, I was a bit like, oh, that's true. That was what I pictured in my head, but he did okay. He did alright, which is a bit of a shock. And obviously, right, like it was quite good. I feel like the movie, even the movie was like 2 hours and 10 minutes, it felt a lot shorter than I thought it would be. Like even it was over 2 hours, it felt like I didn't feel like, oh my god, it was 2 hours. Like, so now the story, as I said, it was true to the book, and that was fine. So like what I expected is what I got in terms of like, there was nothing like surprise. There was a little cameo of Colleen Hoover, which was like nice to see her on screen and stuff. So let's break down the entire movie. I enjoyed the movie in the sense that what I expected is what I got. Like there was nothing surprising, as I said. Like the book and the movie, it's like the same thing. One thing I did think about is like now that I'm reflecting back on the book as well, like Colleen Hoover, the way she wrote Lily, like she wrote Lily as a victim and kind of made a bit of excuses for Ryan away, and seeing it on screen, it was kind of really seen, like it was like different. I think the DV scenes were quite like sensitive, especially the essay scene. I was just like, oh my god, I was a bit like, ooh. Like for example now, so the way the book was written as well, like every single time like Ryan physically abused her, in the book we knew that he physically abused her, but in the movie, when you watch the movie, you think, did he really do it? Like was it maybe it was an accident, because it looked like, oh, it was an accident, but obviously it's not an accident. But they did it so well that you think, oh, it was just like the first part, oh my god, maybe it was an accident, but it wasn't. So I feel like they did that part really well, because I feel like if I didn't read the book and I didn't know that, obviously we knew that he physically abused her, but the way the movie, the way they played in the way, like it made even Lily think maybe the first time, oh, maybe it was an accident. So yeah, I don't know, like it was an okay movie. If you've read the book and you go watch this movie, like what do you expect? Like, do you expect like a Oscar-winning performance? Obviously not. But it's definitely a rom-com. And I think from the trailer as well, if you watch it, you know that there's a bit, even I said it before, like I knew that there was some kind of like domestic abuse and thing like that before. Because before I watched the trailer, I had no idea that there was a bit of like physical abuse and things like that in this movie. Because obviously I went to watch with my friend and she'd read the book as well, so we kind of knew what to expect. She read the book like a couple of years ago, so she can't probably remember, but she enjoyed the movie as well. I feel like if you're going to watch this movie and you haven't read the book, what will I think? I don't know. I think it will be like an okay movie in terms like, you know, the pace was good. Some parts were a bit cringe, to be fair. Like I feel like when you read certain scenes in the book, because I'm reading it in my mind and I don't find it quite cringe as much as I'm reading it. But when someone says it as a line, oh my god, that's actually quite cringe. Like, yeah, some of the sections was a bit weird. What was my final thoughts on this entire thing with the movie and the book? I feel like, I think as you guys know how I feel about the book already. I've given you like so much details on what I feel about the book, and I feel like the movie match up to that. One thing that I've been saying that they're gonna make a sequel for this movie, so it starts with us, it's gonna be a movie, and I was like, no, that does not need to be a movie. Because to be fair, this book didn't need to be a movie either. To be fair, it would have been fine to be a book. I don't think the story is juicy enough to be a movie. I don't know why this book was a movie. I'm just gonna say that. But obviously it has a lot of fans. It's gonna sell, like it's gonna make money. The book did so well, it made sense that they're gonna make a movie about it. But I think the sequel is not necessary. I feel like the way the movie ended as well, it was, just leave it as that. Because I feel like it was basically an epilogue. That book was basically an epilogue. Because I think if they make a sequel, I'm not sure if I'm gonna watch it. I'll probably watch it, but not in the cinema. Maybe I'll watch it like it's out on like on the streaming platform and stuff. I feel like having a sequel as a book made sense because it was quite nice to get closure. But as a movie, I don't think it's necessary. But I feel like they are. I don't know if it's been greenlit yet, but there's been like whispers of that happening. The casting for the girl that played Lily when Lily was younger, the casting was good because they literally looked so similar. Like, just let me check. Are they actually sisters or cousins or something? Yeah, young Lily. Oh, they're not, but she looks so much like her. It's so funny. And also the guy that played Lily's dad is Kevin McKidd from Grey's Anatomy. Owen Hunt. Oh my god, Owen Hunt. Just ignore me. Oh my god, that was quite a nice surprise. Oh no, I love Owen Hunt. Why do you have to play like an abuser? Guys, so I think this is a good place to wrap up this entire video. So if you made it this far, guys, thank you guys so much for sticking with me to the end. I hope you've enjoyed this reading vlog / movie vlog situation. So don't forget to comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.
Things I thought I'd forget. Fool.